The King are here with Madden simulations once again, and what a surprise. The one time I think Madden's going to get it wrong, Madden gets it right. Madden last week correctly got the game of the week right with the Pittsburgh Steelers versus the Kansas City Chiefs, and with having the Pittsburgh Steelers getting the victory over the Kansas City Chiefs, which means there is no longer an undefeated team in the National Football League. But we'll see how they do this week with men's game of the week, which is a rematch of Super Bowl 51. You got the Atlanta Falcons versus the New England Patriots, and we'll see if man can get a winning streak going. But just a little heads up, had a little technical difficulties with my capturing of this, so doing something a little different. We pick up, a little early in the fourth quarter, and at the moment we have the Patriots down 24-36 against the Atlanta Falcons, and the real question becomes, can Atlanta hold on to the lead? That seems to be one of the big storylines so far this year. The Atlanta Falcons just haven't, they've only got one quality win, if you want to put it that way, and that was against my beloved Green Bay Packers, who I'll get to in a bit or so. But they were, two drop touchdown passes in Chicago, losing to the Bears week 1. They beat Green Bay 34-23, with the final score not being as close as the game was. And then coming just inches and 8 seconds away from sneaking out of Detroit, they should have lost that game. But nope, thanks to technicality, they sneak out of Detroit and get the W. And then the following week they get, they had a lead against Buffalo. They were up, they weren't up 17-0. They were up, let's see, box scores. Come on, plays, is that what I want? No, maybe. Yeah, I think they were up, well, at one point it was, they had it then. Oh, here we go, scoring plays, yeah. Atlanta was up, no, they were up 10-7, then, and they tied it at 17-17. But then, the Bills got 2 field goals to take the lead in the win that day. But the real story, after they come off this bye, they take on the Miami Dolphins. They were up 17-0 at the half, and then they gave up 20 points in the second half to Jay Cutler and company. It's like, what's up? What? So Atlanta is 3-2. The other funny thing is, first 3 games they take on the NFC North. Next 3 games, AFC West. AFC East. So you know what that means? That's 6 games gone. 6 of their remaining 10 games is within the division. Their first divisional game, November 5th, at Carolina. They get 2 of their remaining 4 non-division games out of the way with Dallas and Seattle. Then Tampa Bay, Minnesota, New Orleans, at Tampa Bay, at New Orleans. Then they end the season hosting Carolina. Where's the... Oh no, they play all 4 of their AFC teams in a row. I just noticed that. They hosted Buffalo. They took a bye week. They hosted Miami. Then they're going to be at New England, at New York, the Jets. I mean, I just haven't seen a schedule like this before in my mind. This is just... The NFL schedule this year has been wonky. I know the Patriots might too, but I know the Falcons are one of 3 teams that have 3 straight road games. Green Bay last year had 3 straight road games. I don't know what goes through their head sometimes. The scheduling committee, but
Brady to throw again.
It just, in my mind, when they do buys, at least they wait an extra week, except for, Miami and Tampa Bay, but that was due to weather purposes. But it would be just simple when it comes to bye weeks. You got 32 teams. You have 8 divisions. Why not have an NFC and AFC division have a bye? You pick what's the middle 3? You have 17 weeks. What is that? Week 9 is the middle. So you do week 10 and 8, and then either you pick 7, probably week 10 or 7. Week goes weeks 7, 8, 9, and 10. There's your buys. You have 8 teams not playing. Have the other 24. Yeah, 24 teams play that week. How hard? How hard is that? You have 24, so that's 12 games. You still have 12 games. Not that hard. But no, don't want to do that. But Atlanta, 3-2, really easily could be 1-4. Now we go on the flip side, the New England Patriots. They're finally getting things rolling, and we'll get to what happened in that game just a bit against the Jets. Week 1, they got demolished. They got upset. They got beat by the Kansas City Chiefs. Then they go down to New Orleans, take care of business. Come back home, take care of business against Houston, just barely. Carolina comes rolling in town. Oh, they got upset and beat. So they were a 2-2 by week 4. Short week, no problem. Head down to Tampa Bay. Kind of helps when their kicker can't kick field goals. And then this past week, head into New York to take on the Jets, and oh my goodness, we thought the NFL didn't know what catches were, but apparently they don't know what fumbles are either. I don't know how to describe that. I mean, in that game, that was one of the 2 big topics this past weekend, and then there's a third one, and get to that in a bit too. But I forget the receiver's name, but on the field we have a touchdown was ruled. But in the process, the receiver fumbled it, bobbled it, and then recovered it, and apparently bobbled it again out of the end zone. And that's how the referee saw it after reviewing it, because every scoring play is reviewable, and you need indisputable evidence, whichever word it is, clear as glass evidence to tell you, yes, this happened. The ruling on the field is going to be overturned. It's clear as day. There's enough evidence to overturn it, and we're going to overturn it. You couldn't tell me there was enough evidence to overturn that play and rule it as a touchback. So mind-boggling. And now we don't know what fumble is. I mean, we don't know what catch is. I mean, just look at Des Bryant. He'll tell you what catch is, and the NFL will say, no, that's not a catch. So, I mean, that was bizarre. But, we'll see. But I want to get to one of the other major topics, more or less the major topic this past week, is because of it affects me a lot, because my favorite team is could either tailspin or prove the league wrong, because my quarterback, who replaced legendary Hall of Famer Brett Favre, Aaron Rodgers, is once again, almost 4 years ago, not to the day, but almost 4 years ago, to the month, the day, whatever, breaks his right collarbone compared to his left one 4 years ago. In what some mainly Packer fans would say was a dirty play, but it's football in my mind. It was a football play. Maybe I forget the tackler's name. Didn't need to drive Rodgers to the ground, but I mean, Rodgers was rolling to his right, trying to get rid of the ball. throws it to Martellus Bennett, which obviously what he does is drop it then. And then as he's getting rid of it, as usual, as he's running, he gets tackled kind of hard, and he uses his right arm to brace himself, and don't know if that was wise, but in a blink of an instant, you try to stop yourself from hitting the ground, and he was slow to get up, didn't want to move his right arm, and next thing you know, he has a broken collarbone in the right arm, right shoulder. And now we turn to Brett Hundley, which it seems like nobody knows how to spell his last name when it comes to social media, at least in my friends and so forth. I know it's Hundley. Hundley. I've seen 2 D's, no, and or no D's and whatever, but I mean the Green Bay Packers and the NFL. If you're not a huge football fan, well, some people just tune in to watch Brett Favre. Yeah, him too. Aaron Rodgers, just because his mobility, his play action, his mystique of the game made it fun to watch. And now, with Brett Hundley, you don't know. I mean, as a Packer fan, and I mean, he's just adds another long list of big name stars getting injured, which it always happens. We have injuries every year. So, and none gets bigger than Aaron Rodgers, maybe besides Tom Brady. But I mean, when it comes to the Packers, now everything changed. They go from a Super Bowl contender to maybe making the playoffs, if that. And we don't know. We just don't know how good Brett Hundley is. I mean, I have faith in my Packers. It's going to be a tough, long road ahead. Compared to 4 years ago, they at least have a backup. 4 years ago, they did not have a backup. They had Vince Young and someone else in training camp. Got rid of them both. Signed Seneca Wallace. What happened? Seneca Wallace, then he gets hurt the following week. They have Scott Tolzien. He takes over. He starts 2 games, I think. Finishes the 1, starts the 2. I mean, it was nice because he played for the Wisconsin Badgers, but he's just not a starting quarterback. And then by then, Matt Flynn, his journey around the NFL came full circle, came back to Green Bay, and he kept the Packers alive until Week 17 when it was do or die, division title on the line. Rodgers came back, Cobb came back, and we beat the Bears. So the big issue for the Packers is, what can Hundley bring to the table? Can the defense stick together to, help the offense? Can the Packers have a running game? I love that Aaron Jones guy. Just, you gotta run the ball with him more, but yet offensive line is depleted. The questions were going around. Oh, they should sign Brett Favre. No, that's not going to happen. What about Colin Kaepernick? What about Tony Romo? Well, Tony Romo, he has a nice, comfy announcing job that I don't think he's going to give up. He wants to play, but with that offensive line, wouldn't keep him healthy. And then Colin Kaepernick, well, no. I don't know how many Packer fans would want to see him in the green and gold after what he did against us. A handful, it feels like a century ago, but still fresh in our mind. And all the other off-the-field issues, especially now that Colin Kaepernick has filed for grievance against the NFL in collusion or whatever for not, not giving him an opportunity or job. Well, if a team doesn't want you, they don't have to sign you. You're trying to sign the best to win, and sometimes when you're a distraction off the field, you just don't want that in your locker room, that poison. Not saying Kaepernick's poison, I mean, he did say he would stand for the national anthem this year, but we just haven't seen that because he hasn't been on a team. But it was funny seeing Mike McCarthy just blow up that reporter who just wanted to make sure they weren't interested in Kaepernick. He just blew up him. But then that leads to another point that happened this past week is the owners meeting. And apparently the NFL Commissioner Roger Goodell said that after sending a letter to all the teams that saying, please, we would like you guys to stand for the national anthem, but no one will be punished, which I think is good to some degree, but I don't know when it comes down to owners per se. I mean, Jerry Jones publicly said that none of his players are going to disgrace the flag, disrespect the flag, or they will not play. But Goodell said no players, anyone that's protesting will not be punished, but encourages them to please stand. And I feel like they should too. It's time to start over. Start standing, but preach your word. Get something done to help whatever cause you are trying to tell now, because the meaning has been lost. The meaning of there's just some people, they're just sitting for no reason. And then say you have, speaking of losing the meaning, we have the Ezekiel Elliott story. Oh my goodness, so many twists and turns. I don't know if you ask somebody now, you know why he was given a 6-game suspension? You like him. He's like, no, that's not it. The reason, and then, okay, over this past weekend, Ezekiel Elliott was told, hey, you got to serve that suspension. The court's overruled because he jumped the gun on the filing for an injunction or whatever on hold. So one court says, no, you have to serve your 6-game suspension. Everyone's like, yes, maybe it'll finally be over. Then a impromptu hearing comes, and they say, no, we're going to place that injunction again. Ezekiel Elliott, you can play this week. And this is just getting so ridiculous.
Points certainly not at a premium here.
The only other person I've seen fight suspension this badly was Tom Brady. We wouldn't have this big old headache for two things. One, if he never got involved with that woman physically, whatever ever happened, if he had a cleaner life, if you want to say, or was more responsible, we wouldn't have this. Everyone would love him. He'd be a big fan throughout the NFL, and so on and so forth. But no. Or if he just would have, took his lumps and just served the 6-game suspension, it'd be coming to an end very shortly. And then, Ezekiel Elliott maybe could actually get to form like he was last year.
And without speech. Now a handoff here to his running back. Oh, and Lewis lost the football.
It's just one big headache. I don't know where to go with that. I don't even want to talk about it anymore. I'll keep you updated when more information is available. It's just Zeke. The Cowboys aren't going to make the playoffs. You're barely going to be a 500 team. You might end up better than the Packers. But you know what? They beat you before Rodgers got hurt. So just take it, because even if you do make the playoffs, what if you're serving that suspension? And worst case scenario, you have to serve that suspension next year. So it's just man up, take your 6-game suspension, and focus on your NFL career and stay out of trouble after that. So, what else was there that has happened this past week? Let's take a look. I mean, Adrian Peterson, he's semi-back. Joined the old folks home out in Arizona, and he just went wild all over Tampa Bay. So either that's because Tampa Bay's run defense sucks, or Adrian Peterson still has got something. But let's take a look at the games that are happening this weekend. We have Thursday Night Football, AFC West matchup classic. We got the Kansas City Chiefs, the formerly undefeated Chiefs, take on their old rivals from the Bay Area, the Oakland Raiders, who are now 2-4. What's up with that, Oakland? I know Carr got hurt. You brought back Marshawn Lynch because he wanted to play for his hometown team, who I think you guys are barely using him. But that's a Thursday night action. Woo! Then we got Sunday. We got Tampa Bay at Buffalo. We'll see who's for real in that one. Tampa Bay is struggling. Buffalo's trying to make a name for themselves. We'll see. The Carolina Panthers at Chicago Bears. Hey, Chicago got a win last week, but that was against the struggling Baltimore Ravens in overtime. But hey, maybe, just maybe, the monsters of the Midway are waking up. Carolina, this would be, if Carolina is back to where they were 2 years ago and not last year when they were 15-1, they should easily take the Bears without question. But the real question is, how is Luke Kuechly? Suffered another concussion last week. His third in like 3 years or something like that. So, not good for the health, especially the way the NFL is going. Tennessee at Cleveland. Well, maybe Cleveland will make it a game, but here we go, Tennessee. Make the AFC South yours. It's going to come down between you and Jacksonville takes on Indianapolis this weekend. I think Jacksonville has been one of those surprises. Everyone thought Jacksonville last year, including me, was going to make that leap because of what they did 2 years ago. But last year, nope. Ever since Green Bay took them on week 1, they went woo, down the drain. Arizona versus the LA Rams. Rams took care of business. I think, yeah, they beat Jacksonville last week in a decent game. Oh, come on.
So through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now.
Yeah, 27-17. And Arizona looks like they got a skip in their jump and their step again because they have a running back after losing David Johnson. So, and that's a noon game out in LA, I do believe. Oh no, my bad. That's across the pond.
This is 3rd and 2, maybe the biggest play in this football game.
Yeah, they're the home team. So instead of early football like we've had with the other 2 noon games, so that means I think I know next week Cleveland and Minnesota they play in London, but that's week 8. Anyways, so Arizona, LA Rams, 2 West Coast teams heading to London. Oi. The New York Jets versus the Miami Dolphins. Hey, potential AFC East division title if something happens to the Patriots. Baltimore at Minnesota. If Minnesota wants to take a step in the right direction and claim the North over Green Bay, here we go. You should easily take care of the Ravens. If the Ravens can't make up their mind who they are, you take care of the Ravens at home, a definitive win. That puts you right step in the North, claiming that. Because the NFC North is wide open without Aaron Rodgers. So, Dallas at San Francisco, old rivalry, renewed from the late 70s and 80s for the playoffs and 90s. Just not the same though. Seattle at the 1-5 New York Giants. Here's another thing. If the Giants want to get back on track, take care of Seattle at home. You're starting in business now. but I highly doubt it because if Seattle wants to hang on to the West, they should squash the Giants. Cincinnati at Pittsburgh. Cincinnati has semi-been on a roll. I think they've won 2 in a row. And then Pittsburgh, well, we'll see what Pittsburgh team shows up. Yeah, Cincinnati has won 2 in a row. If Cincinnati wants to get back on the right track, they will take care of the Steelers. But we just don't know what Steelers team's going to show up. You know, they lost to Jacksonville at home, but then they go to Kansas City and take care of business there. So what's up with that? And then Denver taking on the LA Chargers. Denver, you screwed me over in FanDuel. You were supposed to destroy the New York Giants, but you were at home, and you crumbled. Well, here we go, LA. This could be an upset. Come on, Chargers, you can do it. And, of course, the game of the week, the Atlanta Falcons at New England. And then Washington at Philly. Out of all those games, I'll put it this way. My lock for the week, Minnesota over Baltimore. Oh, and yeah, of course, I forgot one more game. This is my upset pick, is Green Bay over the Saints. And right now I think the Saints are a 5-point favorite. And that's saying something. How much that swing. Green Bay was favored in that game. Not anymore. So where are we at this game? Oh, hey, New England's winning it 42-36 with $1:25 left in the game. Last week I went 2-1. Well, yeah, 2-1 because if you include the Madden pick, I really thought Kansas City was going to win. But we'll go with Madden getting that right. And I thought Denver was going to be my lock. Nope. They lose to the Giants. And then Chicago over Baltimore was my upset. Got that right. So like I said, my lock for this week is Minnesota over Baltimore. My upset is Green Bay over New Orleans. And so let's tune in. Oh, we're under a minute. What is this? First and goal at the 1-yard line. Atlanta does not use any timeout. It's a touchdown will tie. They need an extra point. Matt Ryan sacked at the 9-yard line. Clock is ticking. 45 seconds. Tick, 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 tick. They don't use a timeout. Why not, Atlanta? Why aren't you using a timeout? Oh, I know. Waste all that time. Plenty of time. He's going to run for it, and he slides. So third and goal at the 3, 27 seconds and counting. Atlanta still doesn't use a timeout. Up, down by 6. Ryan takes a snap, runs to his right. Oh, he breaks it. Touchdown, Atlanta! Woo. Game is tied. With 17 seconds left. What could possibly happen? Atlanta will take the lead with the extra point. Can they take the lead with the extra point? Oh, celebrate good times. Come on, we're going to redeem ourselves from that Super Bowl defeat. 28-3. Well, here we go. Snap, place, kick is up, and it's good, Atlanta. Atlanta has regained the lead with 17 seconds left. Yeah, sure, New England has all 3 timeouts. But what could possibly go wrong? Oh, yeah, that's right. New England has a quote-unquote the greatest player of all time. The greatest of all time. The GOAT. Well, the best player of all time, the boat, Aaron Rodgers, gets to sit on the sideline and oh yeah, he did also have emergency surgery, so his season is most likely done. But tune back into this game. So we got 17 seconds. New England is down by 1 point. There's a snap. Kick is at the 15. He's up to the. It stopped at the 28. Only 3 seconds came off the clock. So first and 10 at their own 28-yard line. 14 seconds. You got to get in field goal range. That's it. And I mean, I would trust New England's kicker wherever. 50, 55, 60, even a 65-yarder. Or, 20. See, what's the shortest field goal you can kick if you had the ball at the one? A 17-yard field goal, 17, 18-yard field goal attempt. Here we go. Brady, 3 to his left. Takes a snap. Playing time. He heaves it down the field. And it's caught. You gotta be kidding me. Timeout. Timeout, New England. What is that? 5 seconds left? Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness. Atlanta fans, they're just shaking their head. Be like, not again. You gotta be kidding me. You got to be kidding me. How could this happen? How could this have happened? All they had to do was prevent them to get field goal range. In one throw, you go from their own 28 to Atlanta's 9. So let's bring out that field goal unit.
So now it's going to come.
Here we go, line up. Oh, timeout Atlanta. Because we need to ice the kicker. He might shank it. You never know. But I mean, how crazy would this be? How crazy would this be if Atlanta would get in? If Atlanta would get the lead with practically no time left, and New England just 1 or 2 plays down the field, Aaron Rodgers-esque, too much time on the clock, and bang, 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 field goal range to win it. I mean, well, the clock won't run out. Spoiler, I can already tell you that. The clock will not run out. Oh, so here we go. Drum roll. Here we go. Snap, place, kick is up, and it's good. Good with 2 seconds left. Atlanta, you still have a shot. You still have a chance. You still have a chance. You just take a knee. If they kick in the end zone, take a knee. Or run it out. Pitch it to your left, pitch it to your right, pitch it everywhere you go. And you might just have a chance. But let's be honest. What an incredible comeback by the comeback kids, the New England Patriots, 5-time Super Bowl champions. So, Madden, you really like the Patriots. Tom Brady, Madden curse. Well, what? Brady has a sore left shoulder, but that's his left, so it's not throwing arm. Doesn't count. Everyone else on the Sports Illustrated cover has been injured and out for the season. You're next, Brady. Oh, here we go. The kick in the end zone, but he takes out one. Time's up, and he gets up to the 25-yard line, and that's the game. That's the game, folks. Atlanta blows another late lead, and their defense collapsed. All they had to do was keep them out of field goal range for 17 seconds, and they couldn't do that. So Madden really, really likes the Patriots. So that'll do it for this week. A little longer extended version, different take and so forth. But hopefully next week my recording system is back running and hopefully properly working to my liking. But if not, well, maybe we'll see more versions like this. As long as you watch, I'll make. So until next time, Madden, you have a chance. You have a chance to get on the right track. And best of luck, Green Bay, my team. So until next time, this is the King R, and I'll see you then. So adios. Bye. See ya.
Patriots winners here at home as we say so long from Foxborough.